Hello friends, welcome back for another video. Today's video is going to be fun. We are going to be talking about casual sex in our 20s, and I wanted to talk about this today as a follow-up to my untold sex secrets, tips and tricks and all of that from a few months back. That is what I want to talk about today because I have so much to touch on. As somebody who is newly single, who is, you know, playing the field, I'm definitely trying out different things here and there. I have a little bit of insight, and I also have a lot of insight from my friends and people that I know personally who are going through the same type of situation that I'm going through, or just different things that are very relevant to this topic. And I'm pretty much going to sum up this video right now by saying, like, casual sex is just not the vibe, like, in my opinion. And I'm gonna get into like what I mean about that and why, and kind of how we can satisfy our sexual appetite if we are very sexual beings and creatures, because a lot of us are, especially me. And I have to say, like, the sneaky link situation, like doing things like spontaneously with guys that we don't know, who are not 100% gonna give us the fantasy that we've been kind of like living it up to. It's just not the vibe, sis. So we're gonna get into it today. This video is for the girls and the gays. Let's chat, okay? It's a girl chat, and this video is also sponsored by Beducated, which is an extremely relevant topic today because it's a website dedicated to talking about sex and intimacy and couples and relationships and advice and tips and all of that. So we're gonna get into that in a little bit, but I wanted to say thank you in the beginning of the video. And yeah, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you guys like these types of videos. Get your snack, get your drink. If I was able to drink tonight, I would, but I have a workout tomorrow that will kick my ass, and I really just don't want to drink. So that's what's gonna happen. I probably will have water, which is behind me right now. So cheers. Cheers to not having casual sex anymore. Vibes. And make sure to drink every time I use the word vibes or casual sex in this video. All right, let's get into it. So I wanted to just quickly preface the fact that I am somebody who, and I'm not bragging, because this is not bragging worthy, guys. This could have, you know, things related to a million different reasons, but I'm gonna tell you about me really quick. So I am gonna be 25 in July. I'm newly single after 7 years, and I have known, even prior to my past relationship, that sex was not something that would create like this emotional connection for me. So I was always able to separate sex and love. Like, I was always able to separate it, because to me, love is present in my life when I trust you, when I feel safe with you, and I don't necessarily have to have those feelings with you in order to have sex with you, if that makes sense. But in my newest journey of being single, I have experimented and tried different things, and am realizing, and I have realized for quite some time now, but I wanted to really do the inner work and the research and all of that before I spoke about it, that like casual sex is like not the vibe, at least for me. And I'm gonna speak from my experience and my friends' experiences, because if you are struggling with figuring out like what you need, like what your body needs, what your emotional well-being needs, what, you know, is good for your health and your comfort, then this video is definitely for you, because we're gonna get into all the good stuff. Of course, I have my notes in front of me. Today I have them on my phone, and I am just kind of in a, you know, little vibed out sweatshirt moment. Don't mind me and my casual fit. I'm going to bed after this. So I wanted to first talk about the fact that I had a conversation with a guy that I'm very close to, and he is straight. And we had a very in-depth conversation about sex for men and sex for women. And he said something so profound that really stuck with me in that conversation. And he pretty much said, guys don't really have bad sex, right? Like, they just don't. The worst for a guy on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, is a guy's gonna have like a 7, 7.5, 8, right? But for women, we could have a 10, which would be insane, amazing, like, oh my God, I just had sex with Timothée Chalamet and Jason Momoa at the same time. I know, very random. The first two guys that came to my mind, whoops. Or it could be a 1, where it was like the absolute worst time ever. Like awful, didn't have an O, didn't enjoy myself, the friction was terrible, I wasn't even juicy in the goosey. That's a 1, right? And for casual sex moments as a woman, a lot of the times it's gonna fall on the scale between, dare I say, if I'm being honest, a 2 and like a 6, right? Unless you have like that one really toxic, amazing in bed, like incredible Scorpio man, you know, he's just has incredible stamina, he's a D1 athlete, he's insane, and he's just gonna go straight to Pound Town and satisfy the hell out of you. Congratulations, I'm happy for you, sis. But the rest of us are having between a 2 and a 6. A 2 and a 6, and it's falling even more closer to the 2 than it is the 6. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because we as women need a little bit more than just a little, you know, hot dog in a hallway situation. Like, we need a little bit more than that. And it's very interesting to me how like men can't have like bad sex. Like, I haven't heard about it, and the guys that do complain, I don't even want to listen to it. It's so obnoxious to me because it's just not true. Because if you're always finishing, you guys know what I'm putting down. If you're always finishing, which guys always finish, how could it be bad, right? How? I have no idea. So the reason why I bring this up is because, okay, let's just get into like the real nitty gritty of like what it really actually means to like have casual sex, right? I'm gonna put together a realistic, my own personal situation of this exact situation. I want to be transparent with you and tell you exactly what I've been through, right? So there was a guy, and I've talked about him several times on this channel already because he's like the person that I'm able to like utilize as like a example. He was really young, handsome, 6'4", blue eyes, gorgeous, like young as hell, amazing, good looking, very big, you know what. It was checking for me, right? I obviously went into it knowing this is not gonna be my boyfriend. We're not going to make this a committed situation. It's just for my own pleasure, fun, and satisfaction. And hopefully we can mutually kind of agree to that, which we did. And I am much older now than I was when I was younger. I'm not gonna grow attachment to people in this situation because it's like actually kind of damn near impossible for me to grow in love with somebody after being in love in a real relationship for 7 years. I don't just fall in love with everybody I meet anymore. Like when I was a teenager, yeah, maybe I fell in love with every guy that I was kissing or intimate with because it was like fun for me to like be like feeling those things. But I'm not gonna be like that as an adult. It just naturally doesn't happen for me. So anyways, the preparation that goes into, you know, seeing this person. So we're talking, it's obviously like very well known that this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna do it. So, okay, he's coming over tonight. Oh, okay, he's coming over tonight. Okay, well, what do we have to do as women for a guy to come over, right? So we go into the shower, we're cleaning ourselves. We're drinking lots of water to clean out our system for the day if we know they're coming over later because we want to make sure we smell fresh, we are good, whatever. We're shaving, we're plucking, we're pH washing, we're applying lotions, body butters, oils, perfumes, brushing our teeth, flossing, brushing our tongue, making sure we smell fresh in every way possible. Make sure there's no dirt under your nails, your hair is laid, you have makeup on, but not too much makeup that you look like a tryhard. There's a million things that go into a preparation for a situation like this, right? Best case scenario, they come over, you have a great time, they leave, whatever. Then there's like that middle and that gray area, which I would say the gray area is, to me, the most common area, literally. Because I wouldn't say having casual sex is black or white. There's a lot of gray. And I would say that me with this person that I just discussed with you is gray. And I'm gonna tell you why. Again, I'm attracted to this person. He's fitting the criteria of what I'm looking for. I'm very elated in his presence. Like, he makes me very like giddy and cute and young and fresh. But then there's like that part where I'm not having like mind blown sex. I'm not like I'm not like having this euphoric experience that's just like insane to me. And to be honest, I feel like I should be having that experience, right? Because he's fitting all of the criterias for why like I would have that experience. But the reality is that when you get to a certain age, aka at the ripe age of almost 25, my frontal lobe is almost fully developed, this is no longer fun for me anymore. And I'm gonna tell you why. I need a little bit more passion, somebody who knows my body, somebody who cares to know my body, somebody who wants to learn it. Having that intimacy that is deeper than just the feeling good that comes with having like relations with someone. And when you've come out of a very beautiful, passionate relationship where you are very familiar with each other, to go from that to being in a situation where I am not known, doesn't know what I want, it doesn't ask, it doesn't care, it's not the vibe. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not satisfied, I'm not happy. It's normal to not be satisfied and happy. And it's normal to like walk away from the situation being like, okay, like, thanks, but like, let's just be for real here. Like, let me just have like a real heart to heart with y'all. Why are we, as women in our 20s, why are we having sex if we're not coming? Are you fucking kidding me? That's not sex, guys. Like, why are we having it if we're not finishing? I want to know the answer to that question. What are you, like, if you really think about it, if you really sit and think about it, why are we doing it if we're getting nothing out of it? Oh, what? We're like getting the satisfaction of somebody validating our body, telling us how hot we are, and being able to like give us something that is so like sacred and precious. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not really seeing what's clicking. It's not clicking to me. Like, and I had to have this like legitimate conversation with myself because I have been very braggadocious about the fact that I am oh, I'm gonna ride him until the cows come home. I'm not a pillow princess. Like, I actually participate in the sex. Why are we doing this for men that are not our men? Are you kidding me? Hailey, what is wrong with you, girl? Your frontal lobe is getting more and more developed as July is approaching, and I'm sensing that you're getting smarter because you're realizing that being a pillow princess, there's nothing wrong with that. Why are we overperforming in bed for guys who don't even like us? Or they like us enough to sleep with us, but they don't like us enough to, like, I don't know, make us their partner. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, girl, but you just said that you guys had this conversation about not being with each other. Yes, we did have this conversation, but think about it. What are we gaining out of that as women? Men gain everything in hearing those words. Oh my God, she doesn't want to be committed. Wow, like, I can just like come and go as I please. I don't have to respect her. I can just like, you know, talk to other girls. I can hook up with other people. Why would a guy be in disagreement with that? You know what I mean? So the way I view it is like, yeah, of course he's gonna be down for that. So it's not like significant to me that this particular person, or any guy for that matter, is okay with something like that. But I think the question is like, what are we gaining out of that? And we have to really sit and think. And I'm sure a lot of you guys would say, you know, oh, we're gaining good sex. Well, again, like I said before, I really don't believe that most people who are having this type of encounter in their life on a regimented basis are actually getting anything out of it other than like a little bit of like fun and excitement, but you're not like really getting like the full experience that you get when you really know somebody's body. Sound off down below if you guys are in agreement. I'm not really sure what y'all thinking, but listen, this has come from a girl who really knows her shit. Okay guys, let's touch on Beducated because I am so excited about this particular sponsorship. This is a website and a subscription service to help you with any navigation when it comes to anything that has to do with the bedroom and intimacy and relations and all of that. I actually am taking a few courses currently, and the course that I literally took yesterday was all about how to eat the cat, and it was very well done. Like, it's explicit, so you're going to see body parts and things like that, but it's going to give you a very in-depth, real and authentic description on how to do it start to finish, where there are certain parts in the body to do things and where to not do things. And what I love about Beducated is this particular website really cares about the female pleasure. And I think that's really important. And it's kind of what we're talking about in today's video, because we want our pleasure to always be taken seriously. And it's important to us that if we are going to be having any type of sex with somebody and having an intimate moment with someone, that female pleasure is definitely in mind. And this is going to help people, especially if you're in a relationship and you want to help, you know, bring a little bit more of a spark to the bedroom. You want to teach your partner something. You want them to maybe learn something that you feel like they maybe could improve. This is a great situation and a great way to teach them, because it's going to give them a full rundown and course on how to do something start to finish. So a few particular topics that are recommended for me on here is how to strip tease. There's a sexual healing one, full body massage, a practice for your partner's sensual well-being. I really like that one because that is a huge part of like something that I would love in a relationship, is just making sure that we can give each other like that physical touch that's necessary. And I think that through massage is really great. Sexy tools for adventurous lovers. Like there are so many different topics on here that are really great. Learn how to make a BJ fun for everyone. Guys, like there's so many good things on here. There's different instructors. So you're gonna really be able to navigate through this website by just, you know, getting to know more about the human body, the female body, the male body, what can really bring different things out of you and your partner or people that you are going to be intimate with. And it's just really important that we educate ourselves on this, because I think a lot of people lack education, which is exactly why this video is so important. Because you know, the reason why having casual sex is not the vibe is because a lot of the times it's really just not fun for women. So if we, you know, help the people in our life experience this, and maybe more people get to learn more about the human body and the female body, this type of thing will not be so much of a topic anymore, because we're not going to make female pleasure taboo and oh my god, like we shouldn't talk about that. No, we should. It's very important because we deserve to be satisfied too. Like equal rights, babe, equal rights. Okay, so to be able to get a subscription with Beducated, I'm going to also leave all of the links and everything you need for it down below, and also use my coupon code, which is Hailey, to get some money off. And hopefully you guys will really enjoy the service. It's really going to help you guys out, and it's super fun because it's like taboo and cool, but it's not taboo because it shouldn't be taboo. But this is very, very, very important to get to know and be familiar with. All right, thank you again, Beducated, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into the rest of the video. Now let's get into foreplay and all that stuff and the clowns that I have been hearing about recently and dealing with recently. Let's get into it. Let me take a sip of my water first. Okay, so I have met some guys recently who have actively said to me like that they don't eat the cat, and I have never heard of this before, guys. Like, I've been out of the game for 7 years, came back into it, and have been hearing new nonsense from these guys. You don't enjoy giving women oral pleasure, but you want it yourself? I'm scared. That scares me a little bit. No, I don't do that, okay? And then the guys that are giving it are not doing it right. I watched this video on Instagram the other day, and it was a question as to where they where men think that the clitoris is, okay? Where they think it is. And they all thought that the hole was the clitoris, okay? They all thought that, and that really scared me, guys. They don't know where the bean is on the body. How do you not know? Like, haven't you ever heard of the term flicking the bean? Like, so you don't know where a girl needs to be satisfied. So back to what I was saying. So I had this person, you know, do that on me, like go down, right? And he was licking everywhere but the bean, guys. The urethra, the hole, the ass, everywhere but the... Like, I almost started crying. I actually was like, just get up. Like, please just get up. Like, get up. Get off me. I'm not, like, I am 25 years old. I am not about to teach a man how to do that. Sorry, especially if you're not my man. That's insane. And also, like, can we, like, encourage guys to maybe, I don't know, watch videos on how to do it? Well, this is where Beducated comes in, because they have videos on how to literally do something like that. Okay, let's talk about Finishing Freddy. That's what we're gonna call the guy that we're gonna talk about today, Finishing Freddy. So we have a few different guys. So we have the guy who doesn't know how to eat. We're gonna get into him in a second, but we're gonna talk about Finishing Freddy first. So this is the type of guys that you're gonna encounter in a casual sex relationship, okay? So Finishing Freddy is the type of guy who builds up that excitement of coming over, says how much he's fucking with you, he digs you, oh my god, you're so bad, girl, I can't wait to cheeks, woo, it's gonna be such a good time, wow, I'm really into you, girl, kisses you on the lips, literally loves, you know, doing all that, and then suddenly he finishes, and Finishing Freddy walks out the door. Wait a second, so we're not cuddling? Wait, we're not hanging out? Wait, we're not watching a movie? It's only 11:30 p.m. Where are you going? Well, this is what's really interesting, is that you can have a guy be like so into you, but he, you know, is dipping, you know, directly after intimacy, and I find that to be very disrespectful. And a guy that you're with that is taking you seriously would never do something like this, which is why, again, casual sex is just not the vibe, because like I'm not about to like sit there like a clown, like laying like this, starfishing it out, and like you're dipping out the door. Like that's very scary to me. Like have like a little bit of like respect for me, for us, for what's going on here. But again, there are no rules when you're doing things unconventionally, so that's why these types of things happen. Next guy that we're gonna talk about is, let me think of him. Okay, his name is gonna be No Face Nick, and I'm gonna talk to you guys about why No Face Nick is a problem. So No Face Nick, he don't wanna see your face when y'all are doing it. Guys, I hate to break it to you, but he don't think you're pretty. If he's only doing back shots, doesn't want to do missionary or any other position, and refuses to flip you over and only does back shots, he don't want to see your face. That's weird to me. Or he's imagining you're somebody else, or he might not even like women. I don't, listen, I'm just giving it to you real. Like, I'm just telling you, be better to yourself. You deserve better than this. Like, a guy not giving you multiple different vibes and positions and allowing for transitions during intimacy is a red flag to me. And No Face Nick don't want to see your face. That's scary to me. Like, you're gonna see this face. I'm gonna be in it. I want you kissing me and eye contact. Hello, hi. Like, what is happening here? I don't appreciate that, okay? We're done with No Face Nick, okay? We're improving, we're getting better, we're picking better people for ourselves. We're not about to do that again, okay? Let me know down below if you guys have experienced a No Face Nick situation. And it's nothing to be ashamed of, because you are still beautiful. It's just that this person literally was probably just utilizing you for your body and wasn't really even into you like that. It's scary, but this happens to everyone. A lot of people go through this, okay? Now we have Excuses Evan. And Excuses Evan is a problem because he always tries to find a way as to how he can maneuver his way around doing things for you. Why are you not satisfying me, Evan? We are having a sneaky link situation going on. We are having repeated sessions together, and you refuse to play with me? That's crazy. No. Okay? And a lot of women I've heard like aren't really into that, or they say they're not into it. I think your guys are probably not into it because it hasn't been done to you correctly, or you're a little bit like vulnerable, or you feel vulnerable, I mean, in that situation. And I totally get it, because even me, like, originally this was not my thing. Like, I love the way it feels, but with somebody that I genuinely care about, because to me, like, somebody's face being down there is very intimate. It's very like, But I've learned through years that if we're gonna be giving like that to somebody, like, we should at least be receiving more than we're giving. That's just my personal thought process behind this, is like, let's flip the script. Why are we giving so much to a guy when they are technically supposed to be the givers in the situation? So that's my thought. Excuses Evan, we're dropping him because he is just not the sneaky link that we desire. We want somebody who's generous in that. So yeah. Then we have All Talk Tom. He's a problem because he really talked up a big game. Like, he was really telling us he was about to flip us over, doing crazy things to us. Like, we were going to have the time of our lives, and he gave it to us at like a level 2. Like, it was giving 2. It was giving 2. And my issue with this is, listen, like, let's just like let like the vibe speak for itself. Like, we don't need to oversell. I have learned, and let me know if you guys are also experienced in this topic here, or know about this type of vibe. But like, I've noticed the guys that be telling me all the stuff that they gonna be doing to me, are the ones that don't give it to me good. And then the ones that don't be talking be the ones that be throwing it down. Let me know if you guys catch that vibe. Like, let me know if that's been your experience. The ones that be talking are not delivering. The ones that give very intentional speaking moments, they just want to let you know, hey, I'm here to do what needs to be done. And then they do it. That's usually the vibe I go towards. Yes. And then there's the last guy who I really can't stand, and it's like the liar, but we're gonna call him No Condoms Carl. He's the guy who pretends that condoms suffocate him, and it causes some sort of inflammation in the genital area, and they can't actually have sexual relations because of this. Let me know if you guys have met this guy before. I have, and I laughed right in his face. We're not about to be doing this type of lie. I've seen somebody stick their entire arm in a condom. I don't want to hear it. Please stop. Enough. You are not packing. Stop with the lies. I'm sick of them. You're not about to eat this raw. Just stop. Enough. We're not about to be doing that. Just give it a break. Give it a rest. Anyways, moving on. I say all of this and explain all these different people because, and there's a million more guys and different types of people that you're going to experience, but I say all of this in a growing part of my life, and I wanted to kind of just prove to you guys that, you know, this is something that is extremely, like, maybe it's not talked about enough, and I think that it's probably not talked about enough because people are ashamed to discuss these things, and I'm really not. I could care less. Like, I'm living my life, and I think it's really important to give this type of information out. But as somebody who is and has been in the past, I wouldn't say really recently, but in the past, prior to my last relationship, I was semi-promiscuous and enjoyed my life in that way. But as an adult, it's a lot different now. The preparation that goes into getting yourself together for a partner, all the different things that you have to go through, making sure that your pH is always balanced, taking your your probiotics, doing your checkups constantly to make sure that you're clean. Like, also knowing that you don't have to get like an STD or an STI from just having penetrational sex. Like, it can actually come from oral as well, which is insane. So I just think that, you know, it's really, there's so many levels to this. And the truth of the matter is, I think that if you guys were to ask me what the best case scenario is other than a relationship, because a lot of us don't want to be in relationships, and I totally get it. And celibacy is really hard, or abstinence, whatever you want to call it. I think that the best case scenario is to possibly find a companion or somebody who you know, went on a few dates with, you guys established some sort of line. And by the way, this is not going to be easy to do. I'm telling you right now, it's very difficult to find this. But the best type of situation that can come out of a relation like this is to find somebody who is interested in getting to know your body, who's interested in you, likes you for you, and you guys have chemistry and passion, and you guys enjoy each other's bodies. It doesn't have to be like this full-blown marriage or anything like that, but to have that at least established is, to me, the grown way of picking a partner, because you are not giving your body to just anybody who is going to end up giving you a very unsatisfied and unpleasant situation. Like, honestly, like, we just deserve better than that. And I want to preface that and put that out there. I think that also getting to know your own body and satisfying yourself is really big. You know, get into toys, do things like that. It's really healthy for you to have those experiences with yourself, because how can you tell somebody what you want if you don't know how to even do it to yourself? Because I have met a lot of people who have not pleasured themselves ever, and I want to open up that discussion and say how important it is to do that. And I just think that let's just like tap into our feminine energy a little bit more and be a little bit more choosy and selective with who we give our bodies to, because at the end of the day, we are not going to win in this situation. Like, the guy always finishes and we always are left with a cleanup, and it's like, what, like, I don't want to be left with a cleanup anymore. Like, I am way too old and I am way too grown and independent and happy in my life for me to have experiences that are a waste of my time. Literally, like, I don't know how else to describe it. I just don't want to waste my time, and I want to be selective and choosy with whom I have these types of situations with. Like, and as of right now, there's literally nobody on my roster. I have no interest at all. Like, I have gotten rid of every single person that I've spoken to pretty much since my breakup, and I'm starting over by just looking within. I'm not even interested in meeting somebody right now, because I think that the best person for me is going to be somebody that I'm not really searching for, and I just don't see that happening at this moment. So as of right now, it's just me, myself, and I and my toys. But I hope that you guys understand kind of where I'm coming from, and let me know down below if you're in agreement, if you feel not so much in agreement and you're enjoying your time of just having like this experience, which I totally get. But again, like, you're gonna see like this shift in yourself when you cut it off and you start just like doing more self-love and self-reflection on yourself, and being able to identify that like a lot of the times we are not really walking out of these situations getting more than we're giving. And these people that we're having these encounters with, and I'm talking about we as women especially, we are really walking away like with nothing. And it's very ridiculous to me. Like maybe I'm too selfish for that kind of relation anymore. Like maybe there was a time in my life where I was very selfless and I didn't mind giving all of myself to somebody, but I'm in the season of my soft girl, feminine energy stage and era, and I really just don't want to be giving myself to just anybody, and I don't want to be tapping into that type of level of whatever that is. And honestly, having intimate moments with people is a swapping of energy. Like we just don't want to be getting people's bad vibes. Like I've already received some bad vibes from people and I'm like, yeah, you're done. So I think it's important to just be smart, be choosy, do what works for you. But I promise you, like you're going to feel better when you make this shift, and just be like a little bit more like, I'm not giving it to just anybody, you know? Like that's the vibe. And casual sex is honestly for the past, because it's just not the vibe anymore. Like I just don't see how it's beneficial to us at all. Until it's benefiting you, why are we doing it? Like why? Okay guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Let me know down below any of your thoughts, comments, concerns, ideas, advice, tips that you have for others. I want to hear them down below, and I will definitely read all your comments and answer you guys. I really enjoyed making this video, and if you guys want any more topics on like this type of subject, let me know down below and I will film them for you. I love doing these types of videos. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to check out Beducated, and let me know what you guys think. It's so awesome, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.